Embrace the journey. Time for a fun fold. You asked for it yesterday, and we're going to do this card. My name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the paper chef. Let's just tidy up from our last tutorial. If you missed it, we started this month's card club with another tutorial using this fun stamp set called Everyday Arches. And we're also using the On The Go Designer Series paper. This paper is on sale this month. It's actually more, I don't even know if it's on sale. It's on the last chance list. I don't remember if it's actually discounted. Maybe someone can tell us. Sorry for those of you that were waiting in the other stream. That live stream just didn't work for me. I had to restart everything and start a new stream. The stream just sort of locked up. So we're going to use this stream. And if you see anybody lingering on the other stream, tell them we're over here now. We're going to take a piece of Azure Afternoon, however you say it. We're going to take a simply scored card or scoring tool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make two at once. Let's just show you. This is the actual card base. Here, let me show you the finished one so you're not confused. This is the finished card. And so basically you're just going to start out with your vertical card. Right? And when you make two cards with a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, all you need to do is score it at the 5.5 inch mark. So you're going to lay it horizontally, the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and you're going to score it at 5.5. So now you can get two cards out of one piece of cardstock. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut that because I want to cut this because this is the way you were sent the cards. This is how my card club was sent the cards. So we're going to cut this. We're going to turn it vertically, and we're going to cut it at 4.25. So we're going to get two vertical cards out of one piece of cardstock. Now we're going to take that, and you can, at this point, fold it over like it was in your bag. I think my bone folder, we're just going to use one of these old gift cards. My bone folder's in the house. I'm working on bingo kits. I'll show you the bingo event I'm having. And if you're in my VIP group, I just made it an event, and you can register there. Or if you're not on my newsletter yet, you can sign up for the newsletter and register there, or just a link in the description of this video for different events. All right, so this is the way you were sent. In your card club, you were sent, 8 card bases, and these were 2 of the card bases. So with that said, you're going to open up your card that you were already given. And we're just going to now you have a normal, this is what we usually make a card, right? That's 8.5 by 11. I'm sorry, yeah, not 8.5 by 4.25. I'm sorry, 11 by 4.25, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your card and just scooch it all the way down, and you're going to cut this in half. Okay, you're going to cut this in half. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're going to go to, okay, remember this is, before we cut it in half, just double check what this is. So this is a 5.5 inch card because this was 11 inches, right? So half of 5 is 2.5, and then we have half of the half, so it's 2 3/4. We're going to cut off 2 3/4. Okay, so that's how you're going to make your cards, like so. Now, and then we're going to do more, but that's how we're going to make our card. I just wanted to show you because that's how you were sent your card, and I wanted to show you that way. And of course, I'm going to write it down a little different way, but there we go. So we're going to chop off 2 3/4. Okay, with that said, we don't need to do any more scoring, but we do need to do a lot more cutting. So we're going to go ahead and look at that in a moment. I'm just going to, before I take the Simply Scored away, I want to show you the measurements for that, and then we'll be writing them down for you, but I just want to show you. So if you were to just take this card alone without making it the way I did, I was trying to be more efficient, make a couple at once. You would have a card, and the card would be, the total length of your card, if you did this right, is 8.25, right? 8.25, and it's going to turn it by 4.25. Okay, 8.25 by 4.25. Okay, and you're going to be scoring it at 5.5. We've already scored it, but that's, if you were to just take a piece of paper out of your stash, right? Maybe you don't have a full sheet of cardstock. Maybe you don't have a full sheet. You're just going to take a piece out of your stash. You're going to make a piece that's 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you would score it at 5 1/2. All right, let's see if there are any questions what we've done so far before I make all the other layers. And now I've also found another pack of this paper, so I'm happy about that. And that card, that gift card is not still valid, so if anybody's trying to copy down the number, I'm just kidding. All right. Hello, Lori from Ohio. Nice to see you again. Hello, Lynn. I know you guys are always here. Sorry for coming on so late tonight, but some of you guys might think it's early. Hello from Savannah. Hello, Diane. Dayton from Ohio. I mean, Savannah. I want to say Dayton, meaning Dayton in Ohio, but you're not from Ohio. That's just your last name. I have a friend that lives in Dayton, Ohio. It's a nice city, actually. Hello, Debbie Salinas. Thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Happy Monday, Janet. Nice to see you again. All right, what is the little, what was that little stopper to measure on your cutter at 425? Oh, what's that? Oh, that's because, okay, so I'm always making card club cards, and I try to like watch Netflix and like watch TV, and like very often I'm trying to make all these cards. Like right now I'm making bingo kits. I'm just trying to give you the backstory. I'm make the answer. I'm making bingo kits right now. These are my bingo kits. I make so many card bases, you guys. Like I make so many card bases. So like if I don't have a piece of tape there to like stop me, this is just some painter's tape. To stop me, I will do some like that, and I'll do some like that, and I'll just be like la 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 la, and then it gets very expensive, especially when you have enough people in your card club to just get 1 pack of cardstock, but you don't have enough to buy 2 packs of cardstock, and you've messed up a few pieces, and you're asking a few of the members, you're on my team. Do you happen to have that color? Because I messed up all my cardstock. So anyway, now I'm trying to always have extra cardstock. So it's just a little stopper for me. To answer your question, it's a great little trick if you make a lot of card bases. Make yourself a stopper so you can mindlessly just cut and score and cut and score all day long without sitting there and even thinking about it. Yeah, so, painter's tape. And even those little markers won't help me there. I need painter's tape to stop me. Hello, Peggy. Thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Tracy, cool ideas. Yeah, so she could do it without glasses. Right, Tracy, it's a good idea. Put the tape there. Then you don't need your reading glasses to do it. You can have the tape there. That would help you. All right. Glenda is here. All right, so we're good with that. Now let's we need now crushed curry. So we have a piece of crushed curry. This is just some scraps here. It's just I was using that for something else. So you're going to take, I don't know what that little thing is on my crushed curry. Let's find some adhesive eraser. Sometimes there's little blobs of stuff on my cardstock. All right, get off of there. So much for that. We won't use that. Okay, we're going to go in here. We're going to get the crushed curry, and we're going to cut that. Now, this is going to be, just so you know what we're doing, we have this piece here, and the piece that we cut out, right, this piece here is going to need an outline because otherwise it, doesn't cover as much of the card. So when I designed it, I'm like, I need a little outline. So for the crushed curry, I made that 4 1/2. So we'll go over here, 4 1/2. Just gonna make a few of them. I need some of those. Put that piece of crushed curry back. It's one of the coordinating colors, by the way. By 3 inches. Okay, so 4 1/2 by 3 inches. And we'll just make a couple of those. 3 inches. And that's just an extra scrap. All right, so what we have is these pieces that we're going to adhere this together. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take this piece and we're going to adhere it to that piece, right? So now we have a nice little layered, coordinated panel here. And I'm going to do that to both of them. I'm making more than one card. That's why I have different parts. I just make a few cards at once. I'm always making more than one card. In fact, this was my swap card. So that's why I made so many of these. And I even have an alternative to show you. We're going to write Embrace the Journey on ours, but we can write thanks on it as well. Okay, so that's one panel, and then, and what's nice about this is it's heavy, so it's like really, thick, heavy duty. It makes the card feel like stronger when you use a couple layers of cardstock like that. Well, I guess that's going to be the back now. Doesn't, sometimes there's a little bit of like a way to tell that it's the front and back of cardstock after you've cut it. This one is going to be just as the way the blade lines up on the edge. I'm on the edge of glory. All right, there we go. So that's good. Now we have that layer done. Sometimes you're going to get the little nicks out of the side paper. So this is going to be going like that, right? Now we need some DSP layers. And let's take this really cool piece here. And when you do this piece, what I tried to do is like not get the globe cut off. So we'll just cut a few of them and see how far we get. We want to make that one a 1/4 inch smaller than the blue layer. So we talked about the crushed curry layer, right? The crushed curry was, 3 by 4.5. The Azure afternoon layer then was, 2 3/4, right? So then this one is going to be 2.5, right? Because this is going to be the inner layer. So 2.5, and hopefully the globe will show. That'll look nice with where the sentiment goes, and we'll try to line that up. So I think that will work. Now before we cut the other edge of it, let's double check. Oh yeah, look at that nice layer. I love this paper. It's bright colors and it's just fun. So we said 2.5 by 4. So 4 by 2.5. And let's just make a few of them and then we'll see which ones we want to use. All right, by 4. This is 12-inch paper, so we should get 3 out of this if my math is correct. Yes. And then it's a matter of which one do you want to use based on the sentiment. So I have a sentiment already made. So which one do you want to use? So we're going to kind of put this on the card like that. And we're going to look around and you could do it different ways, but I like mine to line down to the bottom. And then, oops, something like that, right? I'm just going to kind of test it. And that one is going to be perfect because it doesn't block the globe. So I'm going to use that piece just like it is. And, just look at the pattern. If your sentiment is, blocking like one of the globes and you don't have a globe showing or something, whatever you want to see, then you just want to move it around a little bit. All right, so this piece here is also going to be, it's not only a great piece for right here, it's also the size we need for right here. Okay, so we're going to be making more of them, but not going in that direction, obviously. So we'll get back to that. I just want you to know you're going to be making a couple of this. And I'm looking for the piece. We're just going to lay it there. We're going to lay this there, and we're going to see how that would work out. Yeah, that's good because even if I put that up there and I block that globe will still show. So that's a good, I'm always looking for like where the pattern is laying. And this one's a good one. So we'll put that there. And then for the top panel, I like the little sheet with all the tags on it. Anything with small patterns will work for this kind of card because you're going to be covering a lot of it. So you want small patterns so some is seen. All right, now we're going to take the same piece here and we're going to make some more using, I think I already have a bunch of these cut. So let's see if they're already 2.5, or is this my leftover? No, this is my leftover. So we're just going to get a new sheet. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to turn it horizontally, or turn it like this so you have a horizontal pattern. Because this is the same pattern we just made, right? It's going to be 4 inches times 2.5. Again, this is the one we're making 2 of. But this time, the 2.5, I want to go this way because I want the pattern to be horizontal. 2.5. And now we're going to do the 4 inches this way so it will look good on our card. All right, there we go. And again, make a few so we have all the pieces we need. And when you have a bunch of scraps, just try to use them up like that night or like in that project, or you're going to be sitting there like me with like all these pieces. Like, what was this for? You know, you just kind of use them up. So let's take this and we'll put that there. And the tags go different ways, but if I want, I like it like that. I mean, that's cute. And we'll put some, like, we're going to put one there. And sometimes I just like to use glue because it helps me position stuff easier on this kind of card. Alrighty. Like so. All right, it's looking good. So that's going to be like that, and that's going to be like that. Now we need one of these, and then we're going to do some inside pieces. The inside piece is going to be like what we normally would put on the outside of the card, but we're going to put it on the inside just because it looks really pretty. And for that, I'm going to use the map piece. It's like a, sort of like a blueprint piece. Okay, let's put that in the glue holder. Yeah, looks good. Looking for the piece that has that as the background. Here we go. So we want this piece here of the, and isn't this paper neat? Look at it. I love this. Love it. But you don't want to use these giant patterns because you won't be able to see them. We want the other side. We want this piece here. So we're going to go ahead and cut a couple of those. We want those to be 4 1/4. Or sorry, 4 by 5 1/4. Let's get that over there. So 4 by 5 1/4. And these kind of don't really matter which direction you go in. It's just a nice little blueprint background. And you were given giant pieces, not giant pieces, but you were given white pieces. And you're going to put these white pieces, you're going to have the same size as we have. Well, no, it's going to be the size of the Azure Afternoon piece. So that's for the white piece. So we'll put the white piece in there too, but let's go ahead and put these, you know, so that you can write on your card. Because if you put this in there, it's going to be hard to put a message on there, right? You want to write on your card. So you do need the little piece of white in there. The same size as your Azure Afternoon. We'll write this all down. I have a full sheet of paper. We're going to write this all down before we do any sentiments. So you get that part down and you can then kind of work along with me. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. We got what we need here. Okay, I'm gonna start writing down some measurements. You guys can order a catalog if you like. Order a complimentary catalog if you don't already have one. Okay, and then I'll show you how to join my bingo too. Let me get out the sheet of paper. This is going to be released in September 3rd. The products are going to be released, and I'm having a bingo based around a new bundle and a few new pieces of designer series paper. So this is going to be Azure Afternoon. Okay, you can, now I'm going to change to that paper, and this is my bingo that I'm having. And if you're in the VIP group, I've already posted the announcement for that. All right. Da, da, da. Score. This is not to scale, guys. This is going to be score. So the card base is going to be Azure Afternoon 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score it at 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 5.5. Sorry, 5.5. Okay, once again, the Azure Afternoon card base is going to be 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score it at 5.5. And then we have layers. Okay, we have, I'm going to say layer 1 is going to be the crushed curry. We're putting layer 1 on the outside. We're calling that layer 1. Crushed curry. And then layer 2 is going to be Azure Afternoon. And then layer 3 is going to be On the Go Designer Series paper. Okay, so my bingo events, if you've been to them, please, let everybody know what they're like. It's on Zoom. It's a lot of fun, and I have really good prizes. Bundles, you can win an actual bundle with dies and stamp set. Or if you really want a punch bundle, I probably can accommodate that too. But it's mostly die set bundles. And then we always make cards in between playing bingo, and we have 4 rounds of bingo. And it's all on Zoom, and it's social too. All right. Yes, it's been rain. Peggy is the same as me. Or I'm saying, oh, is that? No, it's Debbie saying it. Raining about once a day for weeks. Same here. But you're saying hot and dry in South Carolina? No, for me in Georgia, it's been raining constantly. In fact, I probably have packages out there. Maybe my paper pumpkin finally came, but I didn't get it. It's been pouring all day. All right, let's see. Azure Afternoon. And then I go, okay, so you're going to cut 2 of these, right? And you're going to cut, and then cut one and cut white for the inside. Cut white for the inside for this one. Okay. And then we're going to say inside is going to be DSP. All right, so the measurements are going to be for the crushed curry one, 4 1/2 inches times 3 inches. For the Azure Afternoon and the white one that you're cutting for the inside, that is going to be 4 1/4 times 3. For this layer 3 on the go TSP where you're cutting 2, you're going to make those 4 inches times 2 1/2. All we're doing is cutting down 1/4 inch each time. And then for the inside TSP, you're cutting that 5 1/4 times 4. All right, so for the layer 1, you have crushed curry. That is a rectangle going that direction. For layer 2, Azure Afternoon, another rectangle in this direction. Layer 3 is even smaller rectangle. And one is going to be in that direction, and one is going to be in this direction. So that's why I say cut 2. Hope that makes sense. And then for the inside layer, it's kind of a bigger rectangle like that. So I won't repeat the measurements. I think we got them here. And then for our ink colors, it's going to be, we're going to use Azure Afternoon ink, and we're going to use crushed curry. And I'll let you take a picture, and then we'll start doing the inside. I mean, not the inside. We'll start doing the sentiment. All right, let's take a picture of that. Here you go. We're gonna put embrace the journey. Let's put that over here, and you could take a screenshot if you like. Hopefully get my name in there too. Hopefully that works. And now we're going to keep on going. For the next part, we're going to need, oops, let's move that up. The blending brush, some crushed curry ink, some Azure Afternoon ink, our sentiment. And let me just see if there's any questions before I move that So your paper pumpkin arrived today. I got to check because it's not USPS, right? It's UPS. Is that right, Peggy? Was it UPS that delivers it? Because if so, I got to check on the tracking and see if it's there, and maybe I'll drive out to get it, or maybe I'll just leave it in the box. Hopefully it won't get too wet. Hi, Betty. Hello, Melissa from Texas. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you guys for saying hi when you come in. Hello, Paulette. All right, we're done with the measurements, so I'm glad you guys got that part. Now we can go back to just having fun and making the card. So when you're going to take this card and you're going to put the adhesive on the top part. So double check that that's the top part. Right? So go like this. And you just put an adhesive on the top part like that. And now what I'd like to do, I put a lot on there to make it strong. And then I go like this. I stand up the card like this because I want this to touch the bottom. So I stand up my card like this. Right? I mean, for you guys, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to lay it down probably, but normally I would stand it up. And hopefully I've centered it. Okay, so I want this to touch because then my card can still stand. See, that's nice. And I want this to line up along the bottom. Now, to double check that you've centered it before you can kind of look on the back, and it's pretty well centered, so that's good. Oh, wouldn't that look nice? You could even put another piece. I think I'll do that. I think I'll take some extra pieces and put them on the inside. I didn't do that to my original ones, but I think we'll do that. So that's that, and now I'm going to do that again. Just double checking that it's not upside down. Standing it up like so. And there you go. Give it a little rub. All right, so there we have that. Now, I have these extra, somehow I have all these extra pieces because I cut some extras. And see what we have. See if I have any. Okay, I have this extra. Right. So I think that would be cute. I'm going to take one of these and use that side. Just because they're already cut. So they're the same size as we've been using for the other DSP. And remember I said the paper was 4 inches, so this was 2.5 by 4 inches. You can go ahead and make a lot of them, with your 12-inch DSP. Yeah, so that actually looks really nice. And you could even use that to play as a place to write your sentiments. And I don't know, I like this side better. What do you guys think? That's just kind of, too much pink. I'm going to use that side. I mean, I know they're trying to go for like one side of the paper having better patterns, but sometimes you're like, what were they thinking with some of the patterns? But I always like when I get one side, it's a home run. So that we can put that there. And then let's see, we need some white paper. I'm just looking in my card kits and seeing if there's anything extra in there. I got lots of these cut. So that's what I already have lots of these cut. I should have used these parts, already made. So you can see I need to finish up some of my cards. I have a lot of pieces. All right, so let's do the inking up. I won't do the white part right now unless I could find a piece of white cardstock. But we're just going to leave it like that because the outside is fun. We're going to take these pieces. Take the little arches and make sure that you turn them like they're going to be like right here, lined up against this crushed curry, but kind of above the fold, calling it above the fold, meaning above this part. That's where I'm going to put that. And you put some little twine behind it. If you did not get twine, let me know because I have a couple extra twines and I'm not sure if they're supposed to go in someone's kit. And if you didn't get this, you're still getting this piece here. Well, you'll get it with your catalog if you requested a catalog, or you'll get it separately. These came in later, these bubble stickers, but all the rest of your kit you have. So what you want to do is that's if you're in my card club, guys. You get lots of surprises all the time. It's kind of fun to get extra happy mail, different times. All right, we're going to take the crushed curry, put some on the stamping block. And then you're going to tap, tap, tap with the blending brush. And I have to look at my sample because I forget what I did. Oh, this one I didn't do it to. This one I did. Embrace the journey. So I inked it on both sides. Sometimes I forget what I did. So just kind of put some on the, there's something on my little sentiment there. So you're going to ink the one edge, and then you're going to flip it around. Tap, 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 and ink the other side. Okay, that looks good. Tap, tap, tap. These are just called Everyday Arches dies, and I did grab these for you this time because last night in my other tutorial, I think I did that on the wrong side. Huh. Is that the right side? There's like a better side than, there's one side is better than the other. Okay, this one you can really tell which is the right side. This one is like, kind of like warped or something. But this one you can really tell. Like there's one side that looks better with the stitching. With the Everyday Arches. So that's what you want to do. And you're going to turn them this way. So when we put the sentiment on it, the sentiment will read like that. And Everyday Arches dies. Okay, I'd like to show you those. Wait, let's close the Crush Carry. We're going to use Azure Afternoon next, but we're going to keep it closed for a moment while I show you these. You don't have to cut these. These were part of your card clip kit. Except I missed my little one. Oh, that's because I've been making extras. Here we go. I'm going to put that away in there. So see how they all nest in there? So these are very useful dies to make arches. And we used this in Feathered Fun. The month we did Feathered Fun, we had the birds in here. They were some fun cards. I like the arches. And there's a couple different things that go with them, which is nice. And now we're going to open Azure Afternoon. And if it comes out a little funky on my sticky note, we're going to do the little scrape technique like we did yesterday. So we're going to just try it out. We're going to look for Embrace the Journey. And also, like I said, the thanks will fit. So Embrace the Journey will work. Let's see. This other one will work. Oh, hello will work. And thanks. So these will all work for this arch. Or for this little tiny arch that we're going to do. And we're going to put that on the stamping block, flat side up. We're going to tap, tap, tap. And it doesn't look like it's fuzzy today. Because remember yesterday it was kind of fuzzy. And I said, well, let's scrape the extra ink off. We shall see if it's fuzzy. That rhymes. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. All right, a little fuzzy. So what you do is you just kind of scrape the extra ink off. And then real quick before the ink soaks back onto the pad, you grab it and you try it. Because in a couple minutes, like the ink soaks right back to where it was and it can get fuzzy again. Oh, and it looks about the same. It's okay though. Better. That's just another trick for you. All right, let's get a baby. I'm going to baby wipe this time because for that little bit of ink, I don't feel like taking it with my bucket into my house where I have to wash it. I don't have a sink in my she shed. So now you're going to take, and let me clean off my little thing there. What do we need? We need dimensionals. Put the baby wipes away. And we need the little bit of twine. It was all here. All right, so let's take 2 colors of the twine. And I think I have a bunch in here. So you have enough for 2 cards. You should have 4 pieces total. So I want you to use like 2 pieces on each card because you're going to make 2 cards. So let's do that. And there was 3 colors in this twine pack, but you just need 2 colors for each of this. So you're going to take your Stampin' Seal and you're going to go like that, right? And put a little bit up, put a little bit on the back. And then you're going to go like this and stick it to there. So it just kind of hangs there, right? And then you're going to loop-de-loop. You're going to go like that and sort of make like a figure 8. Actually, you have more than enough for 2 cards. You probably have enough for 3 or 4. But you only need to do this to 2 of your cards. All right. And stick it down. All right, so that's all you got to do. We're going to trim, get the extras off. And then to reinforce it, what I do is I put, so that's going to be like your little extra twine on there. And to reinforce it, I'm going to stick some dimensionals right over the top of any edges of all your twine. And I think this twine is also, and I'm going to put some over there, on that last chance list, I think, but maybe not. There's a bunch of stuff on the last chance list from this suite. Okay, and we're going to put that on our card like so. Right, we're going to line it up against the crushed curry. And we're going to put it above the fold, just to be visually aesthetically pleasing. And that's where you're going to put it. And then you're going to add some of our cute little bubbles. Bubble stickers, or puffy stickers they're called. And by the way, the last night when I tried it, the Wink Estella did dry on there. It just doesn't look as shiny as it looks on regular paper, but it did dry on there. All right, let's see. I'm going to put one up there. I'm going to put an arrow up there. I think that would look cute. And let's put one of these little, these other kind of arrows, like these little puffy arrows. I could put some even down on this part of the card. That might be cute, like a little, I'll put one down here, like maybe something like that. I'm just trying to decide where to put my, put 3 to 5 embellishments, like some odd number. And then I'm going to put another one on the other side. I think that would look cute. But not that color, because there's already too much green and blue there. Here, how about a yellow? How about a, all right, there we go. And there's some puffy stickers. And of course, you can put the white in the inside. See, so when you put the white the same size as the Azure Afternoon, then it hides it when you shut your card. And I already put some puffy stickers on this one. This one could be, I could just finish off this one. I didn't finish off that one. I put some twine on there. We'll just do that one more time for a review. So you're going to put the little piece of adhesive down, and then you're going to do a little figure 8. Loop-de-loop, loop-de-loop. And if you want to double check it, like that it's not too far over, pretty good. Cut off the extras, save those for other cards. Make sure nothing's hanging off the edge. Let's see. And then put dimensionals all over there so that those extra loose pieces of twine don't fall out. You're just making it so that they really stick on there. I know it kind of looks lumpy, but it's better than them falling out. And then we're going to line that up against the crushed curry edge. There we go. And we're going to take some puffies. Puffies, let's see. I liked the arrow up there. That was kind of cute. Let's see what color to put up. This time I'll put this color. I'll put this color up there. This is like, I think wait, I'm going to move it up a little. Shamrock. Not shamrock. What are they called? Shy shamrock? The ink color. And I'm going to go with that again. I kind of like that technique of a little arrow over there and a little arrow on this side. Okay, so if you want to add your Wink of Style, you can do that too. Now for this one, since I didn't put any crushed curry on it, sometimes what I do is like do it after the fact. So you could take your, if you ever like, wow, that really needed it, you know, that really needed some edge. Because like, compared to those, that looks really lame. Well, you could just put your sticky note under there. Right? Get up under there. And just do some inking up. And that looks way, way better. I mean, even if it's not even, that looks way better. I mean, it just adds so much dimension to it. Like you made more of an effort. It only looked bad next to the other one. Now you could add 3 colors, but when I gave you the twine for your kits, I had enough to just give you like the 2 colors because I was trying to divide it up amongst everybody. But you can do 3 colors. It looks like you have enough to do 3 colors on those. And then I have one more sitting over here. I'm just getting rid of the dimensional. I have one more sitting over here that I can, finish up later. And this one needs some puffy stickers. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to put that over there. I'm going to show you what else we made, so stick around. I'm not going to do a paper pumpkin unboxing because I don't have mine yet, but it might be in my mailbox. Let's see. I did get the regular mail from the U.S. Postal Service, but I didn't get my UPS mail. And that was as of like 5:30 or 6 tonight because I went out there. My mailbox is not close, you guys. Not very close. Do you guys like embrace the journey better? Or do you like the thank you card? The stamp is really, I love the stamp, but it's kind of big. So we're going to put let's put a little dot on there. Like a little dot marks the spot, yeah. And let's try this one we're going to do stars. A star. Well, that's not going to contrast. We'll put a star up here. And here, we'll put like an arrow. Oh no, this is so big. Here, I'm going to have to put it. It's not going to fit on that without getting blocked, I think. I can put it at an angle. Nope. It's too big. I'm going to put it right here. So that's cool. You got lots and lots of puffy stickers. All right, so she's saying no, sure don't. Now I don't know what the question was. Okay, you missed DSP number 6. DSP number 6. Oh boy, you guys are asking about the whatnot auction. If you were at the auction and you purchased anything for 54 days or something, 55 days, for a couple months at least, you can watch the whole auction again. And you can find out all the different things. Okay, so speaking of auction, I hear you guys talking about the auction. It's going to be epic. We do this on Fridays now until further notice. My whatnot auctions. So please join in Fridays at 3 p.m. And I'm live and I'll be selling like, maybe 10 bundles, 10 stamp sets, several ink, cardstock, several DSP. It goes on for hours. I sell my retired items. People bid on them. And also just lots of random crafty goodness. And it's just a really lot of fun. So join and you'll get $15 coupon to use when you join. And you will get that coupon in your wallet inside of the Whatnot app. Okay, it says here, join the Paper Chef on Whatnot and get $15 credit to spend on crafts. Of course, it doesn't have to be spent on crafts. But that's what I did. I didn't just go there and join up. I'm also enjoying shopping myself. I have a fun time on that platform. So here's what we made in our card club already. And I'm showing what else we'll make this week. We made these with the everyday arches. That's this month's card club. See this sentiment? Know you are loved. I put it on the side. Thought that was kind of a fun way to do it with that same on-the-go DSP. And then you guys voted on that card, so you can vote on the next card. But tomorrow I'm doing a Zoom, so I probably won't be on here. It'll probably be Wednesday when we do the next card tutorial. But it'll be this week. I know they were all here yesterday. They could not have gone far, as the saying goes. All right, well, while we're doing that, we'll just kind of put that there so you guys can order a catalog if you want. And I'm going to have to find these cards for a moment. But good grief. How do you disappear on me so quickly? I haven't even gone anywhere. Okay, I'm looking. Maybe they're under here. Nope. They're not under there. Aha. Here's one. Aha. Okay, I found them. So we just say, you could say this or that. Do you want this one, or left or right, this or that, 1 or 2. These are the next 2 cards we're making. And you just pick the order we make them in, because it's probably going to be Wednesday evening we'll make this card. Okay, so yeah, so Peggy, go ahead and watch that. Thank you. She means really great looking DSP. I know this is everyday skies, you guys. This one, the next two we're using, we just used on the go, which is great DSP. I love on the go. It's really bright, but this is a whole new vibe. This whole new vibe is everyday skies. Designer series paper with the brushed silver and gold foil. See how we can use the gold in there? I always give you extra paper so you could do extra things with them. Now this is like 12 different sheets of paper you have in your card club. So you actually... All right, so we have a vote for... Let's see. Vote for number 2. And then we have a vote for... Okay, vote for number 2 is Janet. And then number 1 is Peggy. And then Diane says number 2. And then you're the tiebreaker. And Melissa says number 2. So next time we're going to make this little frayed ribbon card. It has lots of ribbon. All your ribbons it has. The ribbon with the braided inside. It has another ribbon here. And it has... it's like a little frayed ribbon at the end. And then we'll do this one last. So that's what we're making next. And it is bubble bath. We're using a bubble bath card. All right. So lastly, I told you about the bingo. I'll show you guys a little sneak. Not really show you the sneak peek, but I'll just show you the kit. Only because they're right here. So in this kit, you're going to get in our bingo kit. We're going to be making 3 cards using the Jolly Delivery bundle. And you're going to get this really cool. I'm so glad there was a lot of it because I was only able to order a couple packs. So, but there was so much of it that the patterns repeated so much. So you'll have extra. And that, isn't this nice? It was made from chalk. So this is a new paper coming out in the catalog. It looks like the Northern Lights, but it's like all these like chalk paintings and swirls. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so that's one card from one kit. Lights of Aurora, designer series paper with the Berry Burst card. And you always get to make 3 cards. So you're going to get your Berry Burst and you're going to get your inside envelope and the inside white piece. All right, so when I package it up, you're going to have the bingo card. This could be someone's lucky card and in each package. And then for this one, the North Pole delivery, see if I have one that's open. You're each going to get like a different few little samples of ephemera with that paper. And you're going to get a pecan pie and you're going to get a very vanilla envelope, which you can no longer get, but I hoarded them for you. So from one hoarder to another, you will get a very vanilla envelope because that's one of the coordinating colors. Pecan pie card. And then this is so cute, this paper, guys. The Jolly Delivery. Oh, I love, love, love this paper. It's just such a cute little... And I have Jolly Delivery right here, too, like the stamp set I could show you, which we're basing this on. It just has so many cute animals, so many cute patterns for Happy Mail, little villages. And look at these cute little animals. So if you missed my unboxing, I'm just kind of showing you again because I happen to be working on this. That's why I'm showing you. Now, you're not getting a whole lot of ephemera because the card already has a lot of die cuts, but there's lots of... I'm giving you a few little pieces of ephemera for your cards, but really you're going to be able to just use the dies I gave you. Okay, which piece was in the front? I think that piece, my favorite piece, I was trying to put in the front of the package. So that is called specialty paper because it comes with ephemera as opposed to other, the kind of paper that doesn't come with ephemera. And then you're going to get Christmas tags and more specialty paper with a little sample of ephemera and a little sample of specialty paper. This is how to sign up for Jolly Delivery Bingo. Some people think we just play bingo on Zoom. No, we actually make cards too. We're the real deal here at the Paper Chef. We don't play around. Yeah, we do play around, but we don't play around. Like we make serious cards here. All right, so then there's some little ephemera, and then you get this paper. I know there was more ephemera. I think it just like fell out. I thought I gave you more than that. But you're getting like an 1/8 of a pack because luckily for me, I was able to do this, make the bingo kits because I was able to break this pack into 8 sections because it has so much ephemera and then these little patterns. And then you get an envelope and a card inside and you get the cherry cobbler, and then you get some, I just didn't have a whole lot of this because it's retired, Christmas foil, but I thought that's fun. So we put that in there with your stuff. And of course, your other part of your kit is your dies. Okay, let's try to figure out. I think that was the front of that one. See, there was a little bit more ephemera in that. This one spilled out. This is why I like to seal my bags. So things don't just spill out. Yep. Like all over the place, I'm finding ephemera all over my table. I'm just going to take this extra DSP down for a second. Let's see. Finding ephemera. And then you get a little pack of Ready for Some Fun. It has like a reminder when the bingo is, and then you get like a bunch of die cuts, way more than you need for our projects, but these are the die cuts, like a little bag of crafty goodness. And then you'll get some candy, of course. So that is your little kit that you get when you do bingo. So we talked about, oops, this today. Let's go back to this. I'll fix that later. We talked about Card Club today. We made cards featuring the Everyday Arches and the On The Go Designer Series paper. We embellished them with a die cut from the Everyday Arches dies. We embellished them with some twine, On The Go Baker's twine, and some puffy stickers. We created Embrace the Journey and Thank You cards. Yesterday, we started the card club and we created these cards, Know You Are Loved. And now this week, coming up, we're going to be creating this card next and then this card. Probably like Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, now, after that's all over, we'll get back to doing what we were doing before on this channel for the months of August and September, which is Spooky Halloween. We've created lots of projects for Spooky Halloween, including, and this is on this channel already, how to make this cute petunia pop box. We even did a scan and cut tutorial on Spooky Halloween and talked about how to cut out the cute Halloween paper. We made boxes. We made suitcases on this channel. We decorated suitcases. We didn't actually make the suitcases. We have Halloween tags. We actually opened up one of the kits that's on sale on my website and my Stampin' Up store. Sweet and Spooky kit, and we packaged that. We made candy bags with tags. We decorated different suitcases. We used the different kinds of Designer Series paper. More boxes, more tags, and yes, we even started making cards. I think the next project is going to have to do with the cat, because we haven't used the little cat yet after all that, except for like using it as far as like on some of these die cuts maybe, but we didn't actually use this stamp. So we need to make a little cat witch, right? A cat dressed up as a witch for Halloween. That will be our next little project, and we'll do that maybe this coming weekend after my auction, or either like maybe Friday night, Saturday night maybe. Hopefully I don't have as much. Well, actually I do like to have as much to pack next time. I was actually very happy with selling a lot of stuff, but I still love to craft as well. All right, well, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching. Glad you guys are all caught up. Hope to see you at my bingo coming up. I hope to see you requesting catalogs, the mini catalog, because that's coming up in September as well. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef.